Hi there, a very good morning and good afternoon to all of you, depending on wherever you're watching me. This Simply Stocks, and I'm live in this live session with you all on YouTube. And on this Sunday afternoon, it's nearly an afternoon here. I'm going to talk about two companies, InfoEdge, for which a lot of queries have come in, and Happiest Minds, for which the results were subdued, and I'll analyze that and will let you know as to what needs to be done in both the stocks, and probably you can take your call on that based on whatever I discuss. You can take your own call on both the stocks. Uh, Plus, I'll discuss about the markets a little bit and will answer your queries as well. Hitesh, hi, a very good morning and thanks for all the support. Nikhil, hi again, thanks for all support on Patreon. Shri Vignesh, a very good morning to you. Diju, good morning. I'm good, Hitesh. I hope you are doing well as well. It's extremely cold here in the northern part, so trying to stay warm in any way possible. Greetings, Majan. Very good morning to all of you. So let more people join in. It's a Sunday afternoon, so hoping to see more members or at least more people to be on a line. And hopefully, probably going forward, we'll see uh, better days for the markets. All right. So, Khurshid, Assalamu alaikum. And I'm doing well. I hope you're doing good as well. All right. Same to you. There. Happy Sunday to you as well. So interesting markets. I'll just talk about the markets for a minute, minute and a half, and then we'll discuss about the topic of today. And then I hope more members would have been here, at least 100 members on the show. Uh, as far as the markets are concerned, it has been extremely resilient in the face of the kind of FII selling that we have seen over the last at least 1 week or so. At least for the last 10, 12 trading sessions, there have been massive selling from FIIs. We've seen 6,000, 7,000 crores uh, of stocks being sold in the Indian market. So taking that into consideration, for the market to be down only about 8-9% from the top is absolutely magnificent. This is the kind of resilience that has been shown by the market. It has been just tremendous. But that is not to say that the market cannot go down further. So there is a possibility that we could see 16,600 on the index, and there is a possibility that we could see 29,000 on the, you can say, sorry, 28,000 on the mid cap index. So there could be more selling that awaits us in the next 1 week to 2 weeks, depending on how the budget goes. It's a huge event. Plus, there are many results that are going to come in. So there could be volatility still for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but I'm hoping that by the second half of February, we will see stability in global markets as well as here in India, and the markets, or at least specific stocks and companies and sectors, to start performing. So that's the call on the market as a whole. Now let's just get to the point and let's talk about the stocks that I wanted to talk to you about. First, let's discuss about Happiest Minds. Happiest Minds came out with numbers, and probably uh, very subdued numbers. So that's all that I can say. I believe that the kind of numbers that they have produced, investors would be disappointed, and there is no surprise the way the stock has behaved prior to the number, that it has gone down below 1200 and currently around 1140, 1145. So just to give you an snapshot, it came out with sales of 266 crores. So that's a sales growth of good 33%. That's not an issue. But expenses went up sharply. Expenses that was say around 140 crores or so has gone beyond 200 crores. So that's an increase of nearly 50, 40 43% rise in expenses. And so what happened is operating profit has come out to be around 60 crores versus 51 crores. So that's a jump of just about 20%. And finally net profit was around 45 crores versus 42 crores, so that's not even 10% bottom line growth. So I think the stock should get a bit of hammering, and I won't be surprised if it goes to 900, 950, 930 from the current levels. I would say there are better companies that are producing better numbers, larger companies that are producing better numbers, even smaller companies that are producing better numbers, where one can shift their money to something like a Birla Soft. Even Coforge came out with very strong numbers. Tata Elxsi came out with very strong numbers. I'm not saying you just go ahead and buy tomorrow, sell this and buy tomorrow. What you can do is probably keep money, keep cash, and buy on difficult IT days, something like a Tata Elxsi on major declines or a Coforge on a major decline, rather than staying with happiest minds, because one needs to understand that the company or the stock was trading at 100 times earnings already and has come out with only about 7-8% of net profit growth. I think it's going to be hammered over the next month or so, and the stock may head towards 850, 880 even. If you go 2-3 months down the line, after a fall it might go up and then fall again. That is what I believe the stock might do. So really not at all convinced with the numbers, the kind of numbers that the company has produced at the moment. The second stock I want to talk about, and this is a totally contrasting set of numbers that we have seen, and that is an info edge. So what has happened is, an info edge, the company has come out with 420 crores of sales versus sales of 280 crores, and an operating profit of 114 crores, which is magnificent when you think that they had come out with operating loss of 27 crores. So the expenses was curtailed and expenses came out to be the same at around 300 crores or so. I'm not going to the bottom line because there has been a lot of other income that has got in there. Probably they sold some assets, etc. So the other income portion was around 4,800 crores. So I'm not getting there, but just on the operating profit front, the numbers look very very good. And with the stock down from 7,500 to 4,300, 4,400, the stock is already down 40% from the top. So this is a very very good buying opportunity in InfoEdge. I've told that again, that for somebody who wants to hold the stock from a 3 year point of view, around 5,000 was also very good opportunity to buy, and right now as well. So even if the stock opens higher, say 7-8%, uh, it's better to buy at 8-10% higher, because the stock is already sold out so much. And probably the biggest reason there was, and this is just a rumor, but some FII have exited the stock completely, and in that sense the stock was getting sold into big time. So in that regard, what I believe is that this is a very good time to probably get into the stock and buy into it and probably accumulate the stock uh, at these levels. Anything below 5,000, good levels to accumulate InfoEdge with the kind of numbers that it has produced. So totally contrasting views on both the stocks because of the kind of valuation the companies are trading at. And I believe that going forward, we have to look at, just to get this point going forward into a different perspective. I believe that over the next 8-9 months, over this year, we have to look at companies where there is value, and there are a lot of companies in the mid cap domain, small cap domain. There's a lot of companies in the consumer domain, consumer discretionary domain, that are now trading at very very interesting levels. So in that sense, probably we have to look at those and probably exit those companies where the valuations were exorbitantly high, because major corrections are taking place in those stocks. You look at a new age, you look at any new age stock, be it Nika, Zomato, etc. You look at any IT companies which was trading at 50, 60, 80 times. You look at other consumer companies which was trading at 100, 120, 200 times a DMart Dixon, for instance, and they are coming out with okayish number or good numbers, but they are getting sold into. So look at value and buy into value for this year, and probably then move into the holistic sector of buying everything which is good at any price, and that could come in probably 1 or 2 years down the line. So Ranjit, thanks for your contribution. If you have any query, you can shoot that to me, and I'll answer that immediately. Thank you. Thanks for your query. So I'm ready to answer your queries. You can use the super chat, super sticker feature that will help me grow the channel. That help you also ask me questions and eke out answers in a greater detail. All right. Uh, about Oracle Finance, I'm pretty confident the stock is good, company is good. It's just that it will give you 15-18% CAGR plus dividend. So it's a decent pick from a 5, 6, 8 year point of view. Not something that I would say you buy for 2 years will make you 60-70% and you can exit. But this is something that can make you comfortable buying into and probably can give you consistent returns over 6 to 8 years. Yes. Okay. See, IB Real Estate, disclaimer, I hold the stock. I believe that by September, August, September, you'll see the real value of it because the numbers post the new management getting into the system will be from the June quarters. And June and September quarter could be extremely good for the company because there will be a lot of changes. And then you have the other company which is merging into IB Real Estate that you can say numbers of that company would be also getting figured in. So a lot of things would happen over the next 6, 8 months. So that's a hold from a next 6, 8 months point of view at these levels. XPO, I don't track the stock now, so I won't be able to comment. PSP projects is good from a 2 year point of view. I think whenever there is a recovery in the market completely, these kind of companies should perform. Tala platform, for once, I would say that it is at reasonable levels if you get it around 1650 for a trade to 2200, 2250. I won't say you invest into it because now it is exorbitantly priced at 50, 60 times already, being a tech company. So Dixon did come out with numbers, and I'm not really comfortable with the kind of numbers Dixon has come out with, and so we'll have to see how management commentary works out next week. They will be on television channels, so we'll see how that works out. I feel it is expensive. There could be a situation where it gets bought into and the stock goes to 5,000 and then gets sold into. So I believe that until and unless the numbers improve on the bottom line, I won't be saying that you should buy Dixon at these levels. That would be my call. Okay. So Granules is good. Granules is a decent pharma company. Whenever pharma rally comes in, it will perform. If you have a long-term view, you can hold. Again, same with SHIL. See, Somani Home. Uh, so it's a very difficult call on that because the management in their con call has said that the bottom line might get impacted because they are expanding. So the stock could remain under pressure. So if you can, so there are two views. If you have a short term view, don't get into it. If you have a major long term view, then buy. But again, I would say there are other companies which are much better to buy into, which are showing growth and may just consistently go up rather than getting into something like a Somani Home. Okay. I think Lotus Labs looks very good at 500. I think when it went to 460, 470, it was a good buy. Around 500, it's a good buy. The major up move can be seen above 550. The results were not that great. Maybe this quarter as well, the results might not be that great. But from June quarter onwards, things will look much, much better on the stock. So these are the times to probably get into it. And at 800, 850 would be the time to probably exit the stock. See, Sharda Cropcam has already run up so much. So wait for consolidation and decline to buy if you're buying for short term. If you buy for long term, yes, it's a very, very decent crop protection, agri theme. But I won't say that you get into agri theme or rural theme for so long. Probably you can trade into it. And for trading, you require a stock to decline to moving averages and probably consolidate to probably buy into those. Okay. Syngene is again a long-term pharma pick that should perform, but pharma is totally out of favor. So if you have a 3-year view, yes, hold on to such stocks. Bajaj Finance around 6,600 to 6,700 look pretty good for a 15% upside in short term, but I won't say that you get into it. See, what is happening is right now the markets will be jittery for few months. So it would be that you'll make 15-20%, the stock will go down again, and likewise. So in that sense, you have to take your bets in the same manner for short gains in short terms. Okay. Colgate is a very good long-term portfolio stock that could generate very good beta with respect to dividends, plus a little bit of appreciation between 10 to 12% CAGR. So that's the call on something like a Colgate. Okay. Both and avoid. I think the auto space, if you really want to get into the auto space, Aisha looks good to me. Maruti with their numbers and kind of commentary that they are having, and plus look at auto ancillaries, Sona BLW on declines, Motherson Sumi, then there is Endurance Tech. There are many auto ancillary that you could probably look into. See, Tata Elxsi, I would probably not buy here, but wait for 6,500 to 6,000 to get into such kind of stocks. Thanks for your contribution, Mani Gopal. So your question is on Dinora. What role play in hydrogen economy? I'm sorry, I'm not aware of that, so I won't be able to comment on this. So I'm sorry, I won't be able to talk about this. But I need to analyze and then probably reply you. So I'll definitely do it in a future video. Yeah. All right. So APL Apollo also came out with numbers which was okay-ish, not that great. So that's why I probably don't buy at this point of time. Remember that whichever company is coming out with half decent numbers, they are getting hammered at the moment. And whichever companies are coming out with very weak numbers, they are getting absolutely plummeted. So be extremely careful at what you buy. What I am doing is I am looking to buy into companies which could be a play on change of management, or which could be a play on very good numbers for say the June and September quarter or March and June quarter, like that, rather than looking behind and looking at the numbers which were before, or how the numbers have stacked up. So you have to be careful on that. See, Nathan, thanks for your contribution on Z Entertainment. What I can say is that if you want to trade, you can buy here for a 10-15% upside and then book profits with a 5-7% stop loss. That's just about it. I won't say that you get into it as a investment bet, because of a lot of things that keep happening with respect to management, with respect to a lot of corporate governance things that take place. So I won't be someone who say that okay, you buy for the long term and it can create wealth. Okay. See, Map My India came out with numbers which were okay, but considering the kind of valuations it is trading at, it was not received well. I think if you can get it, and if something happens to the market, it really falls, you get Map My India around 1100, 1200. Those will be very good levels to get into it, around 1100 to 1000, between 1000 to 1200, from a 4 to 5 year point of view. Again, a company that has 80% market share, that has been doing well in this space and gaining market share and gaining traction, should do well over 6, 7, 8 years. So if I'll be buying Map My India, I'll be buying from a 8 to 10 year point of view rather than trading into it. So take that on. See, IEX looks good. Wipro, I'm not that gung ho on the IT space at the moment, and I've been saying that for the last 1 month. It's not that I'm saying right now. So, IEX, in my opinion, around 220, 230 can be bought. Very good set of numbers and very strong set of numbers. I don't see a larger downside on the stock, but Wipro would be an avoid, in my opinion. All right, guys. Thank you. Thanks a lot for being online and for being in this live session. We'll be online again in the live session on Thursday. Please do subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon so you can get my videos straight away when I post it. And kindly do support me on Patreon. Thank you.